Good morning, my fellow nail gun warriors. How are you all doing today? Now today I've got a bit of a challenge. I've got this massive list of things written on this here piece of wood. That's about 5 or 6 days worth of work. And I am going to attempt to get these things done as fast as possible so I can get back to making music. The reason I'm telling you all this is because I may be a bit lost in the hard work for the next couple of days. Maybe my vlogging won't be quite up to snuff, but I'm still going to attempt to reach out to you guys and get some inspiration going on and getting some music going on every day, okay? Once begun is nearer done or something like that. So let's get going. So the way I made this wall was I just took some 1/4-inch plywood and cut it into strips, sanded off the edges so it was nice and smooth, and then we stained every piece a different color. That's literally one of the holes for the pin nails. I mean, they're tiny, right? Okay. Probably the first place to look and see if we got any wood that fits that little spot is here in the wood room where we've got massive amounts of wood. Ding. That should do it. So Patient just got back with breakfast. Around here we call it breakfast. When building on the house, our favorite go-to place to get some food is Panera. I got about 1/4 of the way through my first step on that list before lunch came. That's the kind of work I tend to like to do. So as I'm working here, I'm listening to an audiobook called Failing Forward. I don't think I've ever read this one or listened to this one before, but it's got a lot of really good wisdom in it. In this book, he's talking about how failure is not avoidable. It's something you just have to experience and have to go through if you want to get anywhere. Maybe we can talk about that a little bit later too. Okay, one epic quote. I just listened to this guy. He said, "All roads to success lead through the land of failure." Oh my goodness, I have to remember that one. Okay, back to work. Now that, my friends, is a dirty job. So as we were just working on the bathroom upstairs, we ended up pulling a nail out of the wall, and as we pulled the nail out of the wall, water started spurting out all over the place, like everywhere. And we realized that somebody, probably me, had put a nail into one of our plastic water lines like 9 months ago, and it had not been leaking right until that point when I just pulled the nail out. Patient's off to the store right now to get some self-adhesive tape to wrap around the pipe temporarily until somebody can come tomorrow and fix us up. Speaking of minor failures, so Patient just got back from Lowe's to get that tape stuff, and she got me a nice working hat to cover up the hair. Left my hair trimmer in New York, so kind of getting a little shaggy up there. One other thing she got me was really cool. Ooh, look at that tasty drink. I think she wants this housework done fast too. At the end of another day of work here at the Medford house, Patient is trying to sneak in the room right now. Very sneakily, trying not to disrupt the video recording. Stealing toilet paper and then running back out. So yes, the conclusion of another long day here at the Medford house. I failed to get everything on my list. I did not get all the things that I wanted to get done today, but I took a lot more steps today in the directions that we wanted to go than I would have done without making big plans. So we failed in the right direction, at least. Yeah, this book I was listening to earlier is absolutely outstanding. It's Failing Forward by John Maxwell, I believe his name is. In that book, there's a parable about a ceramics teacher who decides to take one of his classes and split him right down the middle. And he says, one half of the class, your job, the way you'll be graded at the end of the semester is you need to make as many pots as you can, the highest quantity of pots that you can possibly make. There's this category and this category and this category, and just make as much as you can. And the other half of the class, he said, now the way you'll be graded at the end of the semester will be on the quality of one pot. You only need to make one, but it needs to be the perfect one. By the end of the semester, it turned out that the class that was graded on the highest quantity of pots, they had also produced the highest quality of pots. They had produced the best pots in any category. And the group of students that was told they'd be judged on their quality of one pot, all they had for their entire semester was a whole bunch of theory about how to make the perfect pot, and they couldn't actually produce it. The reason the one half of the class with the highest quantity of pots had also the best pots was because they had been making mistakes and figuring out how to do it right and getting experience, getting better through the process of making so many pots. So they just eventually got to the point that they figured out how to make perfect pots. Their amassed experience then allowed them to create better quality results than the half of the class that was just given the task to make one perfect one. I think this parable really applies to my life a lot. This reminds me of a video that I made once. I decided to record one of the songs that I had written and to put it out there in the world. And I recorded it. The audio was not amazing quality. It was just fine. And my performance wasn't the best that I could possibly do. It was okay, it was good. And the video, I just shot the video in my bedroom with, you know, a camera that I had at the time. It was all right, it was the best I could do, but I wasn't really particularly proud of this thing that I made. But I put it out there in the world anyway. And I said, I'm done, I'm just gonna put it there. I'm just gonna see what happens, just put it out there. So I put the video out there, and in 6 months, not much really happened. I got a few thousand views on it on my YouTube, and that was cool. That was all right. Until one day I started sharing it I shared it on Facebook, and someone found it. Someone who worked at a media company. They were building a following on Facebook of a couple million people, and they thought my video was really cool, and they just decided to share it. They didn't even ask permission. They just found it, took it off YouTube, and shared it on their platform. The video went viral. It got 7 million views. The name of that song was Run of the Angels. If I had waited until I could do it perfectly, if I had spent all the time and energy to make it perfect, I may never have released it. It may have taken another year for me to get the opportunity to go to a studio, record it perfectly, hire a videographer, and record a beautiful, gorgeous video of it. I may never have gotten it out there in the world, but millions of people have loved that video. A quote of someone, I don't know who said it, but they said, if you want to succeed more, fail more, because the amount of success that you achieve is directly related to the number of failures you have experienced. I think that's a really good lesson for me. So enough of this motivation, successful stuff. I'll play you some music. What do you think? See you guys all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.